Hi everyone, this story is something that came out about a month ago, but I never got a chance to get round to doing a video on it. It's from The Independent. Yemen civil war, poll shows most Britons oppose Saudi Arabia arms sales as MPs call emergency debate. It's not a civil war, Independent, it's a proxy war. Get it right. Survey reveals majority of conservative voters now vote against, or rather now against, the UK selling weapons to the kingdom. No doubt they've changed the word kingdom in their recent reporting on Saudi Arabia in the light of Jamal Khashoggi's murder to regime. The wording of these propagandising outlets and The Independent, despite it being, in my opinion, the best print media outlet in the UK, they're not above propaganda. Article says this: MPs are to hold an emergency debate on the desperate situation of civilians in Yemen. Like I say, this was last month. As a new poll suggests, a majority of Britons opposed arms sales to Saudi Arabia. Obviously, nothing came from that debate. And this is all before the Khashoggi incident, remember. The Kingdom is the British government's largest arms customer, with the UK licensing more than £4.6 billion worth of arms to the country since the beginning of its bombing campaign in Yemen in March 2015, according to the Campaign Against Arms Trade. I have used that statistic many times. £4.6 billion. I wonder how many bombs and how many missiles that landed on the heads of some of the poorest people in the region in Yemen. Landed on the heads of some of the million plus people that contracted cholera, 60% of which were children. That was just 2017. I haven't seen any figures for this year, so you can almost guarantee it's going to be more. They bombed the cholera treatment centre. A poll by YouGov for Save the Children and Avars published on Tuesday found that, like I say, this is last month, found that 13% of the British public supported the sale of weapons to the Saudis, while 63% opposed them. So 24% didn't know or didn't care. Didn't know what they thought or didn't care. But just 13% of the British public supported the sale of weapons to Saudi Arabia. It still happens. And this is before the recent revelations of Khashoggi. I just saw that they found the cut up pieces of Khashoggi's body in the Saudi consul's backyard or his garden. I don't know whether that is true. I'm waiting for confirmation on it, but the point I'm trying to make is that 13% will no doubt have gone down in light of Khashoggi's murder. It also indicated less than 1 in 6 people, 14%, think that the UK's role in supporting the Saudi UAE-led coalition reflects British values and interests. Of course it doesn't. This is the murder of poor brown people. For the first time, the majority of Conservatives, 52% of voters, oppose arms sales to the coalition. A poll taken on the 29th to the 30th of August shows. This marks an increase from 25% who said they were opposed in June. So, double the amount since June are opposing the arms sales. And you can guarantee that that's gone up in the last few weeks after the Khashoggi incident, I think on the 2nd of October. So the UK's response so far has been measured. They released a joint statement with France and another country, I think, saying that they're going to watch it. And in other words, nothing's going to get done, and we're hoping that this is going to get swept under the rug and the attention is going to go elsewhere. Germany have stopped selling them weapons. No more contracts will be signed. This is from EU Observer. Lone Merkel declares Saudi arms ban. So Germany have done the right thing here. It shouldn't have taken the Khashoggi incident to get this far. This article says this: Germany has announced unilateral arms embargo on Saudi Arabia, but France, the United Kingdom and United States have not followed suit, posing questions for Western unity in the Middle East. Quote, I agree with all those who say that the, albeit already limited, arms exports can't take place in the situation we're currently in, German Chancellor Angela Merkel told press in Berlin on Sunday. We condemn this act in the strongest terms. There is an urgent need to clarify what happened, she said, referring to the Saudi killing of Jamal Khashoggi, a journalist who wrote for the US newspaper, The Washington Post. Germany sold about €530 million of mostly aircraft equipment to Saudi Arabia last year, according to its annual declaration. And as you can see there, we're selling way more than that. We have licensed almost 10 times as much as Germany have done with Saudi Arabia. Just wanted to do a little video pointing out that we don't live in a democracy. Not in the UK. The government don't do what the people want them to do, and the government do things that the people are against, such as trilaterally bombing Syria earlier this year. Support for that bombing was in the same ballpark. It's only about 15-20% of people in the UK actually supported that bombing, but they did it anyway. We don't live in a democracy. How can we? If the majority of the people in this country, the vast majority, overwhelming majority of these people, are against selling arms to a brutal regime which is probably one of the most egregious violators of human rights in the world right now, and we're supporting them and selling them arms, then not only do we not live in a democracy, but our government do not have any morals either. I just wanted to do a video just pointing that out. This is insane, is what it is. It's insane. We are going around hand in hand with other countries in the world, causing absolute destruction all over the place, and then turning a blind eye to any reports of humanitarian crisis. Remember, Yemen is the biggest humanitarian crisis on the planet, and we are causing it. 13 million people, Yemenis, half the country, are not starving right now as a unfortunate byproduct of this proxy war. This is a tactic. This is a tactic of the Saudis, and by definition, therefore, a tactic of the people that are supporting this war, such as the UK and US. We are strangling that country right now and strangling the people in it, causing mass starvation. And we're complicit in it. So when they say in this article that they don't represent British values, you're damn right they don't. And they don't represent American values either. Americans do not want this either. I haven't seen a poll on Americans, but I'm betting that, hey, support for selling arms to Saudi Arabia is going to be around the same as it is in Britain. But it still carries on. The war and the genocide still carries on. We have to stand up to this. We have to get active. We have to at least write to our MP and say, listen, this is not on. We cannot continue to go around the world destroying these countries, destroying them, causing mass refugees, mass amounts of refugees, millions of them from the Middle East, and then demonizing these refugees when they have the gall to try and, stay alive by coming into Europe. It's insane, and it has to stop. Bit of a rant of a video, I know, but it had to be said. If you like this video and you want to see more, please subscribe and click the bell below so you get a notification of when I drop further videos. Independent voices like mine, I'm sure you're aware by now, are being censored across all social media platforms, so please like and comment on the videos. That really does help the channel out, and share the videos wherever you can to grow the audience. If you can, please support me on Patreon. You can do it for as little as $1 a month. I cannot do this without your help. I rely on your donations. Thanks very much for your support. It really is appreciated. Until next time, peace and take care.